I want to bring you guys all a special announcement. As you may know, we're going to be doing our show from Washington, D.C. on Monday, and that's because I am going to be going to the inauguration of President Donald J. Trump as the 47th president of the United States. Bringing the whole fam. We cannot wait. And then we'll be bringing you a show on all platforms right after. So I'll have fun in the afternoon watching the president get inaugurated, and then we will go do a show for you so that you can hear what we saw, who we talked to, and what it means for America. And we'll have some of our favorite guests there as well. It's going to air on SiriusXM PM at 6 p.m. Eastern Time that day, and then we'll release it on podcast and YouTube. But before the inauguration, which as you know is on Monday, on Sunday, I'll be joining President-elect Trump, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, Elon Musk, and more, speaking at the president's final rally. It's his pre-inauguration rally. He loves the rallies, right? Like, he doesn't have to have a rally. He won, right? But he loves interacting with his voters and his fans and the American people. So they asked me to appear. It's my honor to do it. And I'd love to hear from you on what you'd like to hear me talk about. They give you like around 8 minutes. It's not a ton of time. And I'd love to hear what you would be interested in, right? Because it is an opportunity to take the message to some people who don't always hear us talk, right? Because the news media will have to take some of these speeches. And then we'll take you behind the scenes all weekend on our social accounts, you know, Twitter and Facebook and Insta and TikTok, all of them, if TikTok's around, which it's going to be. I don't actually think it's going away, even though the Supreme Court ruled against TikTok, like in favor of the ban. In any event, it's going to be a historic event, historic long weekend, and I am super excited to bring it all to you. All right, now let's get to Maureen. So that's exciting. The inauguration.
Very exciting. It's very exciting, and you just shared with me that it's moved indoors.
I can't believe it. I mean, the ABC News is citing, based on a source, a report that it's moving indoors, which I don't know if it's true, but if it's true, and please God, let it be true, praise Jesus, Maureen, because it's going to be 10 degrees on Monday.
And that's not the feels like, you know, when you go on your phone and you're like, check the feels like for the real thing. No, and I don't think that's ever happened before, right?
No.
I think even.
And they're telling you to get there no later than 8 a.m. for a noon inauguration. And then that goes for an hour. And then there's the parade afterward. Like, I am such a wuss on the cold. I've got that Raynaud's, you know, where you don't get the circulation on the ends of your fingers.
Yes.
I can't last 10 minutes, never mind 6 hours out there.
No.
So I really hope it's true.
You got to get like a Jackie O for muff.
Yes. I got to tell you, I'm in favor of the fur. I know PETA's going to yell at me. PETA sends me a letter every week. I said I only eat the non-cute animals like chickens, and they sent me a whole letter explaining why chickens are cute. I called somebody a pig, and they sent me a whole letter saying that's impolite to pigs.
But pigs are smart, right? They have no sense of humor. None.
They're not going to like my jacket that I plan on wearing.
The trick is you say it's vintage, buy vintage, came to you through a dead family member. You're recycling, you're upcycling.
Right.
Yeah.
This one already gave its life.
What are you going to do?
Can't let it be in vain.
Exactly.
You know, but it is funny because like when I was at Fox, you would never wear fur. You wouldn't be allowed to wear fur in a neck thing, in a puff, in a hat. No, because it is so controversial still, or it was. Now I feel like you've got the two sons of the president are big game hunters, for God's sake. I don't think it's as controversial in that circle.
I don't. And you know what the actual truth of it is? And I learned this a long time ago. If you go to buy fake fur, quote unquote fake fur, often it's made from real fur.
Oh, really?
And the manufacturers just try to sort of dupe you into thinking you're not wearing real fur. Oh. But nothing will get through real fur. You won't feel it.
I'm at the top of the food chain. I'm sorry, but like, why is it okay to eat animals? You know, cows and lambs and ducks and chickens and pigs, but then you can't wear a fur. I realize some of the fur making process is controversial, but so is the process of killing the animals.
100%. So
it's really cold.
Well, listen, I don't think you need to justify this to anybody. I really don't.
Apparently I do. I feel like
be like Meghan Markle. Stand in your power, stand in your truth, and just go with it.
Well, listen to this. It's true. Trump just tweeted it out. Trump says it was his call to move it indoors. This is from Truth Social. I didn't see the beginning of the post, but he must be talking about how cold it is. Therefore, I have ordered the inauguration address, in addition to prayers and other speeches, to be delivered in the United States Capitol Rotunda, as was used by Ronald Reagan in 1985, also because of very cold weather. Can we pull a video or a picture of that, you guys, so we can see what that's going to look like? We will open Capital One Arena on Monday. Okay, look, that's the Reagan. Well, so it's smaller. I don't know how many people fit in the Capitol Rotunda. Steve, can you look that up? We're going to look it up so we can tell you, because that's going to shift events. But it's smart. Honestly, it was going to be dangerous. He goes on, we will open Capital One Arena on Monday for live viewing, of this historic event, and to host the presidential parade. I will join the crowd at Capital One. Oh, that's so nice, after my swearing in. So he's going to go over with all the people who are traveling in to see it.
Yeah.
And the man loves being with the American people.
He really does feed off that energy. He really does. And it's also because we were just talking before going on air that like I'm going to cover it with like the regular rank and file press corps. And I was dreading being on that riser in that freezing cold weather. It's such a commonsensical thing to do.
Yeah.
And it sort of sets the tone for this like incoming administration, which is people just want common sense to rule the day.
That's a good point. I know, because it's truly like being outside for 6 hours in 10-degree weather, people with their young children, you're just asking for negative things to happen, bad things to happen.
Yeah.
It's not everybody, it doesn't matter how many layers you bring. And by the way, there's zero chance the Secret Service would allow space heaters.
Right.
Usually they don't allow bags bigger than, a tiny little handbag. So the thought of bringing something that could heat you up, like forget it. And I don't even know if they would allow like a heated battery powered vest, because they're so paranoid, understandably, about, what could that
Tiny
be something
devices.
else? Yeah. What else?
Yeah.
So anyway, it wasn't safe. Good call. And I hope I'm still going. I hope I'm still invited. I'll go to the Capital One Arena if I have to. I'm watching this thing. Increased tariffs on our trade partners, tax cuts, regulation changes. There's a reason why gold is a diversification tactic in a market that remains uncertain. Now more than ever, Birch Gold is releasing their ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era, with a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. To get your free copy, along with Birch Gold's free information kit on gold. Just text MK to the number 989898. Here are the facts. The national debt continues to increase. Our interest payments on the national debt continue to increase. Gold can be your hedge against a weakened dollar. And Birch Gold can convert an existing IRA or 401k in whole or in part into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Text MK to 989898 and get your free copy of the ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era. There's no obligation, just information. Wouldn't you like to know why everybody's rushing to gold? With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, countless 5-star reviews, and thousands of happy customers, find out more about Birch Gold. Text MK to the number 989898 today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.